Well, good morning. Glad you're here with us today. And you've wakened up, whatever you've done to get out of bed this morning, and you're ready to start a new day. Today is Tuesday on September the 14th, and we're glad you joined us this morning for Coffee with Doc. Get a big sip. Such a big sip burned my throat. Anyway, we're in Joshua chapter 13 today. And that first verse there is just a verse that just ought to ring in our heart. He said, when Joshua was old and well advanced in years, the Lord said to him, "You are very old." I hate that. "And there are still very large areas of land to be taken over. Joshua, you're not through yet. I know you've been sitting around the fire warming your hands, and you think it's all over with because you've divided the land among the 12 tribes, and you think it's over with. But I'm telling you, buddy, you got some more doing to do." And he was 90 years old. And so we quoted yesterday when we left off that great philosopher, Yogi Berra, who said, "It ain't over till it's over." And folks, it's not over. How many times have you watched a ball game and you thought one team was going to win, and right at the very last, the other team pulled something out of the hat and they won? You never give up. And that's what he's saying to Joshua. It ain't over till it's over. Don't ever quit on God, because he's always got something for you to do until it's time for you to depart. Now, it may not be the same kind of thing you did earlier in your lifetime, but he says there's always something that you can do. For example, and I don't want to use myself as an example, but even though I'm retired from the pastorate, I'm not retired from the calling. And the calling is to preach when I get a chance and to minister when I get a chance. So that's what I'm trying to do here in our new home in the Cleveland, Tennessee area. And the Lord has been so faithful to give me places to speak and preach. So anyway, it ain't over till it's over. And so what I want to look at today is the more specifics of that verse that play out in chapter 13 and following. And so I want to camp out this morning on that statement. There were still large areas of land. In other words, there were still possessions to be possessed. Now, do you hear that? There are possessions still waiting to be possessed. Most of us say, God has been so good to me. He's done so much for me. He's given me so much. And the question is, have we possessed even half of what he has given to us? Have we possessed our possessions, or is there still more from the hand of the Lord? And the answer to that is there's always more from the hand of the Lord, but we have to possess it. The difference, there's a great difference between inheritance and possession. A great difference between inheritance and possession. You say, well, what do you mean, Dick? Well, listen, inheritance here means that God has given us something. He gave them portions of the land. Inheritance means God has given us something. Possession means we have received what God has given to us. In other words, if they got a portion of the land, that's inheritance. Possession means they moved into that portion of land and settled there as a witness for God. Let me give you another example. God has given us the permission. Now listen closely. He has given us the permission to cast all of our cares upon him. That is his promise. That is his permission. That is our inheritance. We can take all of our cares and cast them upon him. But the question is, do we do that? You see, the fact that he has given us permission, given us promise, given us inheritance, that he's going to take care of all of our needs and we can cast all of our cares on him. And the question is, but do we do that? And the answer is, no, not. Most of us would have to say there are a lot of things I try to carry on my own. Let me think of another. God has given us the ability to forgive others when they've hurt us. But have we done that? One's an inheritance. He gave us the ability to forgive and told us to forgive others in His name when we get hurt. But have we? See, that's the difference between inheritance and possession. You have to possess what you've inherited. God has given us, who are children of His, the power to say no to temptation. But do we rely on that power that is our inheritance? Have we made it a possession? You see, again, there's a great deal of difference between inheritance and possession. For the children of Israel and Joshua, they had inherited the land, but they had not possessed it all. And that's going to come back to haunt them later on, and to continue to haunt right on through history until we find ourselves in America and in Israel fighting the descendants of the same people that they failed to possess the land that God had given them. I want you to chew on that overnight and thank the Lord for what He's given you, but take possession of all that He's given you. Not just material things, but all that He has given us. All right, bless you. We'll see you in the morning, on Wednesday morning. You guys have a great day today.